Y'all already know what it is. Damn, man. It seemed like every week, man, is something, bro. You know? Apparently, they saying Malcolm Jamal Warner passed away at 54 years old. Today, they saying a drowning. And then some saying it's a heart attack. But the crazy part is this, right? Is that Young Noble died of drowning, they said, in a pool. Then some saying it's hard. I don't know what it is, but all these stories about people dying in pools and drowning is crazy. But sorry to hear that, because I just had seen him on a podcast like a couple weeks ago speaking about the Cosby Show and hip hop and shit. So that's crazy. He died of a heart attack. They saying it drowning though. But some saying TMZ saying heart attack. Um, the boiler room saying no, not the boiler room. Hollywood Unlocked is saying a drowning. I don't know what it is, a drowning or a heart attack. But it's just sad to hear that, man. At 54, you know, they're hearing these type of things. You know, I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but that's kind of fucking crazy. You know, um, they saying he died today. I'm trying to see what time it was. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. I'm about to get the article, but that's crazy though. You know, that's really crazy. You know, um, it's like every week somebody passed him, man. It's crazy, but it's just crazy to hear. You know what I'm saying? To hear that he passed away like this. Oh, so let me read it right now. So the Cosby Show alum. I'm about to put it right here on the screen. Hold on. Y'all see right there. Malcolm Jamal Warner, Cosby Show alum, dead at 54. So let's read it. The Cosby Show alum Malcolm Jamal Warner has died at the age of 54 years old. Has learned, TMC has an unconfirmed, though reliable source who says Warner has died as a result of accidental drowning. As you know, Malcolm Jamal Warner straight up owned the 80s as Theodore Huxtable on the Cosby Show and snagging an Emmy nod and locking in his spot in TV royalty, which is a fact. That is a fact. He kept the hustle going with the sitcom Fave, Malcolm and Eddie, voiced one of the coolest cartoons, yeah, the Magic School Bus, and even flexed his music chops with a Grammy win in 2015. Most recently, he was hosting. That's a fact. He got a podcast. That's what I was just talking about that. I just saw him on a podcast not too long ago. He was hosting the podcast, Not All Hood, and his latest episode dropped just 3 days ago. That's a fact. Malcolm Jamal leaves behind a wife, a daughter, and he chose not to publicly share their names and always keeping his family life private. He was 54 years old. R.I.p. Wow, it's crazy. It's sad to hear, man. Um, sad to hear that, man. He died at 54 of drowning. It's crazy. Um, like that is real crazy. Cause I just seen, like I said, I just seen his podcast just the other day. I was watching it, and I was saying, I said to myself, I just saw him on YouTube, and I saw his podcast, and I saw him on Instagram. So I didn't understand, like, you know, how he just passed away like that, man. It's crazy. But this is the second death with somebody drowning in a pool recently. He died drowning in the pool. Young Noble from the Outlaws a couple weeks ago died drowning in the pool. It's like it's something crazy going on with this drowning in the pool thing. You know, it's crazy, but You know, that's heavy right there. That's heavy right there. Um, that's heavy right there. You know, I just seen him, and you know, you see him on a podcast, and then all of a sudden you hear him passed away like that. It's kind of crazy. You know, it's kind of crazy. You know, and Michael Jamal Warner from the Cosby Show, he passed away at 54 years old. Yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy. He just, if I'm not mistaken, he just did a new show, The Accused. He just, cause I just seen him on the show, The Accused, and he was on 911. Cause I be watching that show all the time on Fox. Damn, that's crazy though. Man, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. That's sad to hear, man. That's really sad to hear that, man. You know, that's really sad to hear. You know, um, yeah, dude look healthy, man. That's why I didn't understand how he drowned in the pool like that. You know, uh, y'all know me, man. I don't want to think conspiracy, but it seemed like a conspiracy to me a little bit. But I could be wrong. But that's just crazy though. You know, cause like I said, he got the whole podcast. You know what I'm saying? And then to have a whole podcast and you drop an episode 3 days ago, and then you just up and die today. Yeah, that's unreal right there. It was mine. That's unreal right there. You know, yeah, it's unreal. You know, um, I know he been, you know, speaking on certain topics on his podcast. So I don't know, man. I really don't know. You know, I really don't know. I really don't know, man. Um, but it's just crazy though. You know that he passed away like that, man. I was hoping it was a hoax, man, because you know the internet, people be lying so much that you don't really want to believe what they saying, but what come to find out is like it's crazy, you know. You can't really believe what the internet says, but that's crazy though. Down in the pool, it's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. That's real crazy. But I'm trying to figure out, was it a heart attack or was he just fell in the pool? Like they just leaving like some small details and not telling you anything. They don't know if it's unconfirmed, but it's reliable sources. So I'm trying to figure out if it's reliable sources and it's unconfirmed. Do they know how he died though? Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, my prayers go out to his family, man. My prayers go out to his family. My prayers go out to his friends. I like this podcast. Like I say, I watch his podcast sometimes, and I used to see a lot of his posts, but that's crazy though. You know that he went out like that, man. Yeah, that's damn. That's the second person this year that died in a pool. That's crazy. That's really crazy. Like two people this year died drowning in a pool. That's that's just a weird thing right there. Um, it's weird. King Fire, salute. Yo, what I was getting ready to say. Oh yeah, that shit with Cash Out is crazy. That's before I leave out of here. Damn, they gave Cash Out. Um, life in prison and gave Mom Dukes 20 years. That's crazy. 20 years on the racketeering and 10 years on the trafficking. And then his cousin got life too. That's crazy. They had a fucked up lawyer, B. I ain't gonna lie, that lawyer was horrible, bro. That lawyer was horrible. They should have had a better lawyer than that, man. They went there with a bullshit ass lawyer, you know. Yeah, they lawyers sealed they fate. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, the lawyer really did seal they fate. I ain't gonna hold you. Yep. 20 years is life. Yeah. Yep. Yep, can't fire you, ain't lying. That's a fact. That is life. Mom Duke's bad as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. Mom Dukes was bad as fuck, my nigga. His moms was bad as fuck, my nigga. She followed me. Matter of fact, she followed me on IG, actually. His moms. That's the crazy part. Nigga cash out moms. His mom's bad as fuck, though. But, yeah, man, that's crazy, though. Life sentence for the cousin and the nigga cash out. Yeah, they got fucked over. But yeah, man, this Theo shit is sad, bro. This Malcolm Jamal Warner death is it's crazy, bro. They drown in the pool. That's crazy. Um, that's really sad, man. Like I know like I watched his podcast and he's really talking about the rap industry and there's a whole lot of stuff he was talking about. Like he was talking on some real stuff. But it's kind of like sad, like how he went out, man. Like I would have never thought that he'd have passed away like this. That's crazy. Like just to hear somebody go out like that, man. Yeah, you gotta celebrate life, man. Tomorrow's not promised, man. You gotta celebrate life today, cause tomorrow is definitely not promised. That is a fact. That is a fact. It's not promised. Um, to go out like that is sad. You know what I'm saying? And definitely when you the breadwinner for your family, um, and you got kids, that's real. That's real sad, man. Oh yeah, you been hearing some bad shit about me in these streets? Well, salute to that. If you been hearing some bad shit about me in the streets. But yeah, man, that's a horrible way to go out, man. You know, that's a horrible way to go out like that, man. I just, you know, I wish they'd have gave more details, man. Like, and really, you know, we all grew up on the Cosby Show, Malcolm and Eddie. Malcolm and Eddie was my shit. I ain't gonna lie. I used to watch Malcolm and Eddie all the time on UPN. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely was like family. If you watch the Cosby Show and then you watch Malcolm and Eddie, he was like family back in the days. You know, everybody grew up watching the whole Cosby Show and Malcolm and Eddie and shit like that. You know, so to hear this one, yeah, this really do cut deep and it's very personal. Cause he been in TV a long time, and then you know for the kids that watch Magic School Bus, that was definitely another show that was like um he was on there too. So it's kind of sad, man, just to hear that, man. Hear somebody pass away like that. You know what I'm saying? In them type of events. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they passing away, man. They passing away like a motherfucker, man. Like a lot of people's leaving here so fast, man. They not really like I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. When you see a lot of these people dying like that, man, it's crazy. Like a lot of black men is really dying at a rapid pace in their life. They not really living a really long time. They dying like in their 50s, some in their 60s. But it's like you notice that they dying like from heart attacks or or drowning or suicide. It's crazy. You know, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? So you really don't know what's going on. It's just sad to hear that he passed away like that. Like, you know what I mean? That dude always, you know, is in a good spirit. So, and he, like I said, he been doing this thing on his podcast. So it's kind of crazy to see him just leave out of here like that. Like, it's crazy. You know, their lifestyle and diet. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. But I don't know, man. I don't know if it. I don't know if he. I don't know if it was the lifestyle, though, man. It's something deeper. You know, it's something deeper, man. Like that whole, like the way he went out is something deeper than that. I don't really think it's the lifestyle and diet. It could be, could not be, but it's something deeper. Just the way he passed. Like drowning is really is deeper than that. Like I said, man, just look at just perfectly look at, you know, the last two deaths, right? And I don't like to go in, like I told you, I don't like to go into conspiracy. But sometimes you gotta look it from them lenses sometimes. Two deaths this year, especially in the month of July, right? The month of July, two deaths that has happened in the month of July. Malcolm Jamal Warner and Young Noble both died in July. And they both died of the same type of death, drowning. Come on, man. Put two and two together. You know what I'm saying? If we go with numbers or gematria or whatever you want to go with, it's something not right about that. You know what I'm saying? Because if two people died the same exact way of drowning and it's in the same month, it's kind of different. You know what I'm saying? I could see if it wasn't the same month, but both men died the same month, the same type of way. Now, they said Young Noble was suicide, but he drowned in a pool. So that doesn't, you know what I'm saying? And then you got Michael Jamal Warner, who drowns in a pool. Come on. It's like, it's deeper than what people think it is, man. That's why when I look at it, I'm kind of looking at it from those lenses, you know, because it's kind of like somebody drowns the same way, die the same month. It's crazy. And they telling you the suicide thing. Come on, man. Two people died in a pool. Like the last time I heard somebody died in a pool like that, like the same type of way, was Martin Luther King's brother, who A.D. King, who died in a pool. So I don't know, man. I don't really know, man. You know what I'm saying? When dudes is on a different type of frequency and they frequency is a little bit different and they talk a little deep. Because I watched this podcast. Like, if you never watched Malcolm Jamal Warner's podcast, take your time and watch his podcast and see what the brother was really talking about. He was talking some deep shit on there. You know what I'm saying? So when you start talking different type of shit and you speak in different type of ways, you know what I'm saying? And you really start peeping game on what's really going on and people dying the way they dying, you got to put two and two together what's really going on, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I look at it, man, because it's no way in hell in life that things ain't going the way it's going. You know what I'm saying? And people ain't leaving here the way they leaving here. You know? I'm just being honest. Homie left out of here really is crazy. You know, you can't leave. You leaving out of here, out of earth, in a pool. You sitting in a pool, and then you just mysteriously just fall in the pool and just drown. Like that's doesn't make any sense to me. Shout out to the Philippines. I see you. Shout out to the Philippines. Much love to y'all. Um, but yeah, the head he passed away like that, man, and then seeing what he was talking about on his podcast and watching Young Noble's interview on Art of Dialogue, and then seeing him pass away in July, like, that's crazy. Both died the same exact way, drowning in a pool. Yeah, it's deeper than that. It's deeper than what people think it is. It's deeper than that. You know, um, it's really deeper. You know, yeah, it's separate. It's definitely something fishy. I don't really. I don't know, man. I just don't. I don't really. I don't really see what. I don't really see that. You know, because like I said, man, I watch his podcast, and to watch his podcast and to see what they was pushing on the podcast, you know what I'm saying? The messaging, it it really, you know, it just shows you that it's something deeper was going on, you know. But yeah, man, y'all have a blessed day, man. Yeah, I'm not buying it either. I'm not buying it either. I'm definitely not buying it. You know, I'm definitely not buying it. Um, to go out like that, um, to die like that is deeper. Is some deeper shit with that. You know, some deeper shit. You know, cause it it really just shows you that, you know, anything could happen in this world. You know, but it's sad though. But yeah, man, I'm gonna talk to y'all later, man. I'll be back. I'll probably be back later. Holla at y'all.